boys. How's it hanging? Welcome to a sub-series of the Revealing Your Secrets series, where we explore your emotional secrets. What have you guys done when you were angry, sad, desperate, anxious? We will find out. Today's episode is your angry secrets. The first and only guy I've slept with was during freshman year. I'm a junior now, and yes, I also cringe at the fact that I was a freshman. I thought he was my first love and found out after I moved to a different continent that he had videoed me giving him I never consented and didn't even know. That's illegal. He had sent it to a few people and showed it to people in my school and cheated on me. He was super mentally unstable and would threaten me that he would kill himself if I didn't give him a second chance, and he mentally abused me and manipulated me for months and then ended up dating the girl he cheated on me with for a year. We started talking again and he sent me a picture. I was still angry and feeling revengeful, so I told his girlfriend and they broke up. Glad I finally got some peace and a bit of payback, although to this day I haven't kissed or dated anyone else and I'm scared I'll never love again because of trust issues. Man, this kid really fucked you up. I think the best revenge you could have gotten was getting him arrested for distributing child pornography. Still on the table, I think. I don't know, maybe that'll help you move on. So my brother has been dating this girl for about 2 years now, and about a year into their relationship, my family noticed she was kind of crazy. She always was at our house like every day and would leave her stuff everywhere. She had a fucked up past, but that still doesn't mean she can do things that she's done, and always gets super jealous when my brother even looks at another girl, like the Starbucks barista. How the fuck is he supposed to order a drink? And would lash out and once made him walk home, and another time after Thanksgiving dinner she got angry for who knows what and slapped him across the face and bruised his arm from grabbing it. Once my brother told me what happened, I got so pissed that when they went around the house and I would take her stuff like jackets, shoes, jewelry, and more, and I got an app called Mercari? No spawn. I sold all her stuff. I heard them asking if I had seen her stuff, but I kept saying no and pretending to help them look for it. I used the money to buy my brother a really expensive gift and still randomly steal her stuff and sell it because she's a bitch. I'm okay with this. Not that I'm like the moral police. How high and mighty of me to respond to your secrets and being like, you know what, this is good. This is fine. I'm not God. I'm not your priest. This is no confession, but I kind of feel like I am your priest, and this is a confession, and I want to let you know that it's totally fine by me, and you can keep selling her stuff. Last year in March, I got into a huge fight with my mom and my brother. It ended up with my brother calling the police, and my dad came to get us. My parents aren't together, and because of distance, I rarely got to see my dad. My dad took custody of me and my brother, and we moved a few hours away for about 7 to 8 months after the incident. I barely spoke to my mom. I ignored most of her calls and messages because I was angry and confused. My mind was a mess, and I just wanted to make sense of everything. I wanted to focus on myself before I tried to rebuild our relationship. But I didn't get a chance to because my mom died that year. It happened a few weeks before Christmas, and it was from an undiagnosed heart problem. I loved my mom so much, but after the argument, I never apologized or said I loved her. I can't help but believe she died alone thinking we hated her. Oh, that one hurts. Party foul. I want to make you feel better, but honestly, I got nothing. A while ago, my sister made fun of me for liking the color blue and said that blue is always last. That made me angry and scarred me because whenever there's something with colors like in order or something, not rainbow order, blue is always last. And it made me angry because she was so right. So now I make sure that blue is first or just not last. What the fuck are you on? What's your deal? Why is this scarring? I can't tell if I am worried that this is what consumes your mind or jealous that this is what consumes your mind. Back in high school, I had a crush on my guy friend, but I always felt guilty since he would vent to me about being ace and how he didn't get the appeal of relationships. Cut to the start of senior year. We hadn't been in contact for some time, but he started talking to me again very suddenly, telling me how much he missed being friends and asking if we could hang out more after school. Once we did start hanging out again, he would drop a bunch of hints about wanting a girlfriend, asking who or what I was into and if I thought he was attractive. I was a little confused due to our previous conversations regarding asexuality, but would return returned the flirtation as a form of playful banter, but also because I did still really like him. He started acting really weird around me at that point, offering me his jacket all the time, asking if my hands felt tense as an excuse to hold them. And I say weird because if I questioned him about it, he would get really angry, fidgety, and defensive. And the strangest part is that whenever I talked about wanting a relationship myself, he would shut down and try to change the conversation, similar to how he used to dismiss those topics before. Eventually, I invited him and our friend to a day trip to the mountains. My other friend spent the day acting as our wingman and working his hardest to wean any hint out of the guy so we could get a clear understanding of his feelings. For the most part, we were unsuccessful, and I'd all but given up on trying to understand what his motives were. On the ski lift back, I was trying to come up with a way to be straightforward about my feelings if he wasn't going to, and somewhere along the ride, he told me his hands were cold, usually a sign that he wanted to hold hands for warmth. I responded with, "You can put them in my mouth," followed by a long, intense silence. And that's the story of how I discovered and explored, I'm glad you added that because I wanted to know, my hand fetish. Why am I a little turned on? Just a little bit. This much. This much. My dad got really angry at me one time and took my door away as punishment because I would always lock it. I was really upset, so to get vengeance on my dad, I stepped on all his crops so that they would stop growing. What does crops do to you? 2 weeks later, my dad forgave me and gave me my door back, and all was well. That was until the summer when my family was complaining that the crops we planted were growing incorrectly and were disabled. I felt guilty then and feel guilty now, and I haven't told my dad or my family since it happened. This was April to July 2020 for context. Wow, and little did you know that there would be a pandemic and you guys would really need those crops to lean on because going to the grocery store is an anxiety-provoking trip that no one wants to engage in. I mean, not really. It depends on who you're talking to. I don't mind going, but anyways, really weird secret. I don't know very many people who even have the opportunity to ruin someone's crops. A foreign form of vengeance to me. Oh God, here we go. So when I was like, I don't know, 10 or 11, one night I was taking a shower, and when I came out of the shower, my mom seemed very serious and angry. She told me to put my clothes on as fast as possible and come into the living room. I was really weirded out and confused. I dressed myself and went into the living room and sat down, and my mom was holding our iPad. It's an iPad that all of our family uses except me because I didn't need it, I just used my phone. She opened Google and showed me that one of the searches on the search history said sex toys. She thought it was me because she hates sex toys. I know that because when she was giving me the talk, it came to sex toys, and she told me that her advice was to not use any because she doesn't like them, and she listed a few reasons why. Why? I'm kind of curious. So my dad would have not searched for toys. I was so confused because it really wasn't me, so I looked at my dad who was behind my mom, and he did this face. Oh, yikes. Oh, this is so much information that you do not want to be downloading as a 10-year-old, and shrugged. It was him. I got grounded for 3 weeks, and the next morning after I got grounded, I went to confront him after my mom had gone to work. He screamed at me and told me it was none of my business. I got super mad and told him that I know he was cheating on my mom. I didn't. I was just making it up to make him mad, but he went pale. He was actually cheating. It made sense after I thought about it because he was buying the sex toys for his girlfriend. He begged me not to say anything, and I made a deal with him that I won't tell my mom if he bought me whatever I wanted during the time I was grounded. Wait, really quick question for everyone. If you were 10 years old, 10, and found out one of your parents was cheating, and then you blackmailed them and they were supposed to buy you whatever you wanted, what would you want? What would you want? I'd probably want like at least 40 Webkins, a lot more hit clips, those shoes with wheels on them. I mean, the list is endless, actually. Anyways, this is a question for you, not for me. Sorry. You know when people do that, they ask you a question and you're like, I don't really know the answer, but it seems like you're asking because you have an answer that you want to share. That's kind of like, it's a little bit what just happened. But I still want to know, what's your answer? Let's continue. I got a new laptop and a dog that I named Cheetah, because you know, cheater and cheetah, it's a play of words. I didn't feel guilty though, because 2 weeks later, my mom found out my dad was cheating, but he found out that she was cheating too. Oh, that's beautiful. Really though, I feel like that's the best case scenario in a relationship where someone's cheating, is that both people are cheating. Because when it's one person, it's like feelings are hurt, one person's more invested. If both people are cheating, it's just like, oh, we should have probably not had this kid, you know? Or like, let's axe this. So I think this is awesome. And in conclusion, if I'm ever in a relationship where one of us is cheating, I hope both of us are. Do you guys agree with me, or is that really distorted thinking? I really don't know. It was a huge deal, but since they were both cheating, they're obviously a problem in the relationship. So before taking the decision to divorce, they decided to try family therapy. They fixed their communication problems, and now we are still a happy family. Me, mom, dad, and Cheetah. I didn't expect that turn of events, but also so funny that the dog's name is Cheetah. Just like a subtle wink to never be forgotten that both of them were cheetahs. Cheetahs! Anyways, I'm glad things worked out, and I'm kind of curious whether your parents know about the wordplay with your dog's name. If you're here, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Me and my friend wanted to sing karaoke. She had 2 microphones, but one was broken. She wouldn't let me use the one that worked, so I got angry and hit her really hard on the back of the head with the broken microphone. She passed out for a bit, and I convinced her mom that she had an asthma attack and bumped her head. She died 2 weeks later, and at the funeral I cried, but I wasn't sorry because she got what she deserved. You are scary. Was it worth it to sing whatever song you sung? Did you even sing? Was she like passed out on the floor and you were doing karaoke alone? Now you can't even use her working microphone because you can't go over because she's dead. It's like, did you really get what you needed out of that situation? I get turned on when my dog licks her mouth, and I get so angry when she does it because my pee-pee tingles. Therapy. Go. So whenever I get angry at someone, I just plan their murder in my head. Like chooping their like chooping their dicks. Like chooping their like chooping their dicks off, or plucking their eyes off, or just burying them alive. I wouldn't do it, but that just makes me happy. Me and my sister always fought. One day she kissed me while I was mid-sentence yelling at her. We ended up fucking, and it happened a few times. It still happens if we get angry enough, but we are cool, so. Are you cool? Are you cool? Is it cool to fuck your sister? I have to shower.